Hey guys, and welcome to another Show Me video. Now, as some as you may know, the Switch has recently hit its 2-year anniversary, and for 2 years in, I think it's done pretty well. Sold amazingly, had some pretty dang solid games, but there's some flaws that I think I could exploit here. So I thought, what better way to do so? Well, compare it to the Wii U. The Wii U is one of the most underrated consoles in existence. The main reason it didn't get the success it deserves is due to marketing, and that's plainly just Nintendo's fault. The list of games for this console is just mind-blowing, and it holds some of the best yet. So as I mentioned earlier, for this video I'm going to be comparing both the Wii U and the Nintendo Switch. I was splitting up into 3 different categories: launch titles, 1 year in and 2 years in. And obviously, whichever one wins the most will win the entire video. Now before we start, I want to mention I love the Switch. Like honestly, it's one of my favourite consoles that I've ever had. But I really do think that the Wii U does deserve more credit. So before you guys go and smash that dislike button, please hear me out and see what points I have as for why the Wii U is better than the Nintendo Switch.
Don't try this yourself. It's extremely dangerous.
Now let's go straight in with the launch titles. Now the Wii U came out on the 18th of November 2012. As well as that, there were a whole 23 new games that came along with it. And they weren't all trash either. These included Assassin's Creed 3, which was a really fun game, and has recently been announced that they are making a remastered edition for this game, which honestly could be amazing. There was also Black Ops 2. Call of Duty games can be kinda hit or miss nowadays. This one was actually pretty good, and it's good to see how Nintendo was actually getting involved with these companies this early on. There was New Super Mario Bros. U, which was probably the biggest release alongside the system. I got the bundle with this game included and I loved it, and with some of the new features, this one really gave me a nice feel of how the new console is actually going to work. Nintendo Land was so much fun, and the fact that it was just a pack-in launch title was unbelievable. When I had friends around, I could literally play that toad chasing game for hours on end. Like literally, it was great. Now I am a big fan of the Sonic racing series called Sonic and All-Stars Racing. So the fact that this system came with one straight away, that was amazing. This one was called Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, and it is, in my opinion, the best game we have seen from this small little series. It allowed you to transform your car so you can drive anywhere, like literally anywhere. Like you can now drive underwater, which allows some great design, and even better, you can fly. Like your car can literally turn into a plane, which is crazy and was really fun. And the final big game that came with the system was Zombie U. Although not everyone was a huge fan, I personally found myself quite enjoying it. This was a Wii U exclusive game that included quite a bit of violence, which didn't happen very often, so it was great seeing that they were releasing this big one straight away. So overall, the Wii U began with 23 launch titles, with loads of them being great. Let's see how the Switch compares to that. Now, as much as I absolutely adore the Nintendo Switch, I have to admit the beginning of its life really wasn't what I expected. Now you may not believe this, but the Switch only launched alongside 4 games, which is just appalling and was a real letdown, as there were loads of games announced to come to the console, but yet there were only 4 that we could actually get straight away. These included 1-2 Switch, and well, we all know how that went. It was meant to be a great game with friends and family, but just kinda failed, to be honest. There was Just Dance 2017, which, well, it's a Just Dance, so what could you expect? It still got its fans, but if you're not, I doubt you'll ever find yourself playing it. There was Super Bomberman R. This was quite a fun and unique puzzle game, but isn't really the type of game I can really go in and play in again. However, there was one small bit of saviour for the Switch at launch, and that was only the game of the year. Yep, we got Breath of the Wild. This game was phenomenal and was amazing to go through. It felt really like an adventure, a true journey that, although it has its few flaws, it was great and a blast to play through. So yeah, I think this is enough proof that the Wii U definitely had a better launch than the Switch. So let's see what things are looking like 1 year in. So now 1 year in, this is where I think things are much closer. In the Wii U's first year, the main titles that they really released were Wii Party U, which I actually really enjoyed for some reason, and I could actually see myself going back and playing this. We also got a brand new Zelda game, albeit it was just an HD port, but there were some great improvements, and the Wind Waker HD was a beautiful and really fun game. Pikmin 3 was also released, which is probably the best game we've ever got from that series, and I'm really glad we got it, as it is a very underrated franchise, so it's good to see them pay attention to all possible fan bases here. Now probably the best game for the whole system in my opinion, Super Mario 3D World. This game was amazing, and I love it. It was amazing that we got to see both an amazing Zelda game and an amazing Mario game in the same year. Now that's pretty cool. They also celebrated the year of Luigi in 2013. They did this by firstly releasing quite a huge bit of DLC for New Super Mario Bros. U. They basically made a whole new game called New Super Luigi U, which was, although fairly similar, it was nice for them to celebrate Luigi like this. But not only that, they made a new Dr. Mario game, but here's the twist, it's all Luigi. This was great, and I don't know why I found it so funny seeing Luigi there instead of Mario. They also released a brand new WarioWare game called Game & Mario, and although it was probably one of the worst games from that franchise, I'm a big fan of the series, so any of those games I'll definitely take. And that's pretty much it for the Wii U's first year, other than also a couple sports games, but who really cares about those? Now you're going to find out why this is close when we talk about the Switch's first year. The Switch's first year was not far off amazing. Considering its quite dry launch, we got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Although being fairly similar to the Wii U's title, the fact we got a full-on Mario Kart title this early was pretty sweet. We also got ARMS, which I still think is pretty underrated. Although they could definitely have improved it, I'm pretty sure that we will eventually get a sequel to this game, and if they do that right, the game could be great. We also got Fire Emblem Warriors, and although we're getting a brand new game soon, this one was pretty dang awesome. And also it features Corrin, which is pretty pog. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was a great game, and felt like a real adventure to play through, and it's many people's favourite game. Pokken Tournament Deluxe, although not really being what I was hoping for, it was still okay, and alright to go through. Now Mario and Rabbids, that isn't a combo I ever thought I'd see go together, but they did, and actually made a really solid game together. Now last and definitely not least, well, literally the opposite to least, is Super Mario Odyssey. This game simply just blew my mind. By far the best Switch game in my opinion. As soon as I thought it peaked with the Galaxy games, this game was released and definitely gives those two a run for their money. So honestly, I think this first year is pretty close, with both having a great Zelda and Mario game, and a lot of other gems hidden around. I honestly have no idea what console holds the best games for the first year, but if I'm going to be completely honest, I think the Switch just about edges it. Alright, now on the second year of the Wii U, we got a brand new Super Smash Bros. Game. This was amazing, and still remains as people's favourite from the entire series. It just did so much right, and was a blast to play. We also got Mario Kart 8. This is one of the best games in the series, and when this was released, I was over the moon, and everything new they added was great. Well, near enough. Splatoon was released so close to the second year that I think it would just be rude to not talk about it. This literally came out of nowhere. No one knew what it was or where it came from at the time, and I don't even think Nintendo expected the success that this franchise has gotten. The game was phenomenal, and I love it. Mario Party 10, definitely not the best Mario Party game, but I personally don't hate the car thing in Mario Party as much as other people do, and I honestly think this game was alright. Super Mario Maker, 3 words, frickin' mind blown. Creating Mario games is many people's dreams, and the fact we can get to live that dream is just incredible. I don't think I could name any huge major flaws. There's a few extra things they could have added, but most of these were answered with Mario Maker 2 coming to the Switch, which I am too excited for, but that just about does it for the Wii U's second year. Let's see how the Switch compares. Well, this was definitely one of the driest years for Nintendo in a while. 2018 didn't hold much. Mario Tennis Aces was okay, and I played it for a bit, but found myself a bit bored, and just like that, I haven't played it for like 5 months. We got our first Crash Bandicoot game for the Switch, although it was on a lot of different consoles, like the PS4, so that kinda takes a bit away from me, as it's not really like Nintendo have done much for this. There was Pokemon Let's Go, which was planned to be huge, and sold quite well, but overall it was meh. The game had a lot of potential, but honestly didn't live up to the expectations. There was Super Mario Party. This was an improvement to the last few titles, but similar to Mario Tennis Aces, it was okay, but not really something I went back to after the first couple weeks. We got Smash, Big E. Ultimate was great, and between this one and the Wii U version, it's really close, and different people will have different opinions on this. The most recent pretty big game that has been released is New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. But that was literally identical to the Wii U edition. Like, exactly. Yeah, Toad Air and Peach Air, but nothing else. So you've got to give the credit for that game to the Wii U. I feel like the Switch had the potential to make this year amazing. Many games that sounded great, but when you played them, they weren't necessarily bad, but just alright. The only really exception being Smash. Whereas I'd say the Wii U's second year had a lot of potential that they actually lived up to. Smash 4, Splatoon, Mario Kart 8, Mario Maker, like all these games were great, and stuff that people still enjoy playing to this day, years and years after their release. So I'm sorry, but the second year definitely to the Wii U, helping to prove my point that the Wii U so far may be better than the Nintendo Switch. And that's the end of today's video. Hope you guys really enjoyed. Now I really want you to understand that I love both consoles. Switch is amazing. I don't dislike it. So before you comment and dislike about how I'm just wrong, please understand that I love the Switch. And it's just the Wii U I feel is really underrated, and I love that too. So yeah, I hope you understand. But anyway, check out my Patreon, Discord, Twitter and Instagram in the description, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.